Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, my channel name is Alba Stitcher. This is a channel about cross stitch. Welcome. If you're new here, I hope you like what you see and you like and subscribe and come back. And if you're returning, I'm ever grateful for people who'll stick by my ramblings about cross stitch. If I didn't say this is a channel about cross stitch, first of all, let me apologise that it's taken me so long to make an update. If you may remember in my last video, I was just about to go back to the hospital about my ankle. I can say that things have gone very well with my ankle. I got my cast removed. I now have a walking boot, and now I'm on the crutches, so no longer using the walking frame. Mostly I'm okay. I still have problems with stairs, but on the whole it's going okay. Now when they took my cast off, although the cast had been replaced several times since I've had my accident, the wound on the inside of my leg hadn't healed up so well, so that's something that just has to be watched at, and the one on the other side is a little bit bigger, but it seems to be fine. So that in itself has been really good news for me. The downside over the last few weeks is that the lovely coronavirus has decided to come and visit us in our house. So we've all had it, my mum, myself and my dad, and unfortunately my dad is still in hospital with it. To let you understand, the situation here in Scotland is quite serious. Yesterday we had a record high of 6,800 cases, positive cases of corona in Scotland. And for those of you that don't know, Scotland is a very small population. We have like 5.5 million people. And if we are racking up infections at that rate, then it's not long before we all have it. I can tell you that my mum and I, although we did seriously have it, now we've all been vaccinated, we were all following the rules, but somehow we got infected. Me in particular, I've only been to the hospital in the last 2 months. But what I would say is we have been sick. I'm a little bit anxious that I see on the news, oh, if you've been double vaccinated, then you'll be fine, blah, blah. You will not, you may well be, but none of us were. Both my mum and I had serious symptoms. We weren't ill enough that we had to go to the hospital, but we certainly had the really bad cough, the fevers, we had it all, and unfortunately my dad, he got it a lot worse and he's still in hospital. And because of the way it happened, the first time that my mum will get to see him will be tomorrow, so that's really good for her. My dad is getting better, but it's a very slow pace. So I did make some comment on Instagram, I don't know, a week ago, 10 days ago, and everyone who reached out to me, thanks very much. It's a very worrying time because you're never quite sure what's going to happen, and the doctors were very serious with his infection, because not only did he have corona, but he developed a blood infection as well. So there was a lot. It was very pressured. I didn't stitch for some days. I was very detached. I had a lot, because obviously I'm here. I have something wrong with me. I then had COVID. I had both my parents with COVID. It was quite a kind of dark time. And that's not like me. I'm normally very upbeat, very positive, but I found it very upsetting, and it was very trying for me. So that's why I've not made an update, and I apologise that I've rambled on now for 4 minutes about it, but it's not that I didn't have stuff that I could have talked about and showed you, but I wasn't in the right frame of mind to make a video. So today things are a bit better, we're organised. My mum will go tomorrow. I can't visit my dad because of corona. They will only allow one designated visitor. That will be my mum. It was the same when I was in hospital. in July with my ankle. I was only allowed one designated visitor, and that was obviously my mum, and if we had changed it to my dad, then she could no longer come, but I was only in hospital for a short period of time. I'm sorry if people are not interested in it, but just to give you a little idea of where I've been the last few weeks. In terms of me, I'm fine. The symptoms of COVID are pretty real. They're pretty real. As I say, we've all been double vaccinated. We were all super careful. I permanently work from home. I'm not really out and about. So it did kind of floor us, and in some ways I'm happy that we've now got it, and then we now know what we have to deal with instead of this big unknown. But I used to make this comment in all my videos, please don't think this is all over yet. Some of you will be lucky enough to not be touched by the pandemic, but it is a very real risk. Anyway, back to stitching, which is what you all want to know about. I've got quite a lot today to share with you. I have some, I have a finish, I have some fully finishes, I have some projects that are still in progress, I have a new start. I have the 2 giveaway winners, so the one from the last video and the one from the one before that, because the person didn't get in touch with me. I have a new giveaway this week. I also have some haul. Yeah, I have quite a wee stash here to share with you, so let me crack on with it, I think. Let me start with something that I've thoroughly enjoyed stitching the last few weeks, and it is now a finish. So, you may remember that I started Halloween Cat. This is by Satsuma Street. I started this on my birthday, which was the 22nd of July, and I loved stitching on it. I really did enjoy stitching on this one. I also have a couple of others of the cats done by Satsuma Street. I'm not sure what I'll start next, and I'll explain at the end maybe a little bit about my plans, or what my plans are for myself. This is not ironed. I have still to conquer the stairs in the house, so it's not ironed, and I've just realised I've not put on the whiskers, but apart from the whiskers, it is totally finished. Now, this is 14 count Picture This Plus Da Vinci Ada. As you all know, I switched to Ada stitching when I could no longer stitch in my usual stitchy spot. So I've stitched probably only on Picture This Plus Ada the last 8 weeks or so. I did the cat, the black cat, all DMC 310. It's done in 3 strands just to give better coverage, but it's done, and I absolutely love it. It's super cute. I have both the cactus cat and I have the what's the other one? Cactus cat and the garden cat, I think. I have both of them. If you just hang on a second, Alba's decided to come in. Hold, please. Okay, so she stayed. You might see her this time. I'm not really sure. So yeah, this is now a finish. I will just probably tonight quickly put on the whiskers, and then that's it done. But yeah, Halloween Cat by Satsuma Street, all finished. I don't know if anyone else has stitched this. I know a few people had reached out to me, but these are really good stitches, quick stitches in comparison, because there's lots of large blocks of colour, and I didn't have a lot of frogging to do. Only a few mistakes I made here and there. Okay, what else have I been working on? You may remember that I also started this in my previous video, which is Christmas at Winterberry Cabin. And I've not done hundreds, but I have some progress on it. I will take it out of kind of half of the Q-snap to make it a bit easier to see, and I do have, unfortunately, a big dangling thread, so I apologise for that, but here it is. And this is stitched on, again, 14 count Picture This Plus, and it's Heartland, I believe. And as you can see, this pretty much represents, the colours are pretty accurate. Although we have a lot of sunshine here, I've managed to kind of get it under control. So yeah, that's my progress there. I kind of had a feeling for Halloween, so I had stopped my Christmas stitching, but I will pick this up to finish it off. So it's 14 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, and it's using all the called for threads. Yeah. Okay, and if you just bear with me, I'll get my next one that I've been working on. I'm not sure I've got a very good system here, it's all quite precarious. Anyway, let's keep going. The other one that I started in my last, or just around at my last video, was this one here by Caroline Manning. I'm a little bit obsessed. I want to have all the Caroline Manning, but I know realistically I will not stitch them all. I am not a big full coverage fan. I've done very little full coverage until I bought this. And since I've started working on this, I absolutely love it, and I'm a little bit of a convert. I have my eye on another couple, which I may pick up. I've not picked up yet. And here is my progress on Thistle by Caroline Manning. Now I can tell you now, this is the length of the first page, and that's the depth of the first page. So I'm already kind of got my marker for finishing the page. And now that Halloween Cat is done, I'll probably spend a good few days on this one. That's my plan anyway. So there you go. The funny thing about this is that the colours are not exactly how I thought they were going to be. So this is what it looks like. I didn't buy a PDF, I bought a hard copy. So this is not from my printer, this is from, I'm assuming, the distributor's printer. And I did think it was going to be more heather-like, so more purples and lilacs. So I was quite surprised when I got the threads, but I am still loving it. And this is a really cute Needleminder that I got. I think the company's called, I don't want to say it's Meloca. I might add it down below so that if anyone's interested, she does these wonderful kind of Mandela type animals in Needleminders. They also do them in charts, so that might be something else that I do later on. But yeah, that's my progress there. And I must admit, in the last few weeks when things have been a little bit up and down, this has been a really relaxing stitch. Just pick up the colour, you get stitching away, and yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm a little bit now of a convert. I think I can see myself doing more of these designs anyway. So yeah, that's Thistle by Caroline Manning. This is a 16 count oatmeal Ada, I believe, and the threads are all DMC. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed working on that. And this one I will put away if you just bear with me for a second. And I think the final thing that I've worked on in the last few weeks was a new start. Now, I picked this chart up off Stash and Load, or a similar Stash and Load site, and this one here, so it's by Hands On Design, it's called Be a Pineapple. Now, I'm at the moment thinking about doing the Hands On Design, the flamingos, the Christmas ones. I think they're really cute, but I saw this, somebody was selling, and I thought, I think I'll get that, start it and see how far I get. So I have managed to do quite a bit on it. And I'll just show you if I can hold it up clearly. Here we go. So this is how far I've gotten. Let me see, the fabric that I've stitched it on, or I'm stitching it on, is 14 count Picture This Plus Havisham. I think it's called I don't think I kept the packet. I think it's called Havisham. And these are all DMC threads. So if you look there, I'm probably just a little bit over half. I've not got so much left to do. The border, it takes quite a bit of time. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. But yeah, and it's basically just saying, you know, stand tall, wear a crown and be sweet. But yeah, Be a Pineapple by Hands On Design. Okay, so that has been all my projects that I've been working on in the last few weeks, and a little bit less than what I would normally do because of the circumstances, but I'm still quite happy with the progress that I've gotten done. The other thing is that I would be quite pleased to get back to some of my other whips that I have. You may remember I've got quite a few whips on the go that I'm hoping to get finished. But I also have some FFOs to share with you today as well. So I use Lynn, Lynn's Heartfelt Finishing. She is also on Flosstube here as the Lancashire Stitcher, and she's on Instagram as Mrs. B, I think, 1968. I think that's what her handle is there. She has a new, or not so new now, but an infancy stage business for finishing here in the UK, and I have used her many times. And over the month of July, I sent off a few other pieces, and I have them now back and I can share them with you. So the first one I want to share with you is this little pillow here, and Lynn has done a wonderful job finishing it off. When you send a piece, you'll say, yeah, I have a pillow, or I want a flat fold, or whatever it is you want done, and then she will correspond back with you and ask you, well, okay, this is the fabric choices, is there anything that you would like? And if you don't see anything you like, you can say that to her. She gave me the option of some bat fabric, which I was quite happy to take, and in one of my pillows I said, I don't know, just you choose, and I'll show you the results are wonderful. So this was a little finish that I did a couple of videos back. It's called Batty About Halloween. I think it's a homespun elegance. It was a very small chart that I picked up either on eBay or Stash Unload, and Lynn finished it off with this great fabric. I supplied the charms, and then you can see here, I hope you can see that, it's a little bit of sparkle. So we have that. The second one she finished for me is a long thin pillow, and you may remember this was some stitching that I'd done. It's the Halloween Square Dance by Heart and Hand. Now both of these were stitched on the same fabric. It was a Silk Weaver 28 count volcanic ash was the fabric, and I have still a piece upstairs which my plan is to do a third pillow, so I would have 3 Halloween pillows. And she paired, or we chose to pair it with this wonderful bat fabric. She's got a little bit of rickrack there, and we've also got the 2021 charm that I included. So for me, I love these two, and I like the idea of them being different sizes, so that when I can display them, I can display them with a little bit of height. There's no point in all your pillows being the same. So yeah, they were my 2 Halloween finishes. And then there was this one, and I know everyone loves all their stitching, but I really like this one, how this turned out. When I opened it up and saw it, I was like, oh yeah. So you may remember this is another stitch that I've done since I've been laid up with my broken ankle, but it's this one here, and it just says it's your time to bloom. And you remember that I was making fun that I thought the sheep looked a bit dirty, because I chose to do it on a different coloured fabric. This is a 14 count. Picture this plus, is it twilight? I think it could be twilight. So the fabric is twilight. So when I sent it to Lynn, I couldn't decide. She gave me some choices of fabric and I couldn't decide. And I was like, look, just you choose one. And this is what she chose. Again, I included the charm, and then she's got a little bit of rickrack around the edges. But it's like so cute. I was like super thrilled, and I must admit I have loved everything that Lynn has done. She's done all my stockings, and I look forward to getting back to doing my stockings because I've not done them. I did June because I broke my ankle on the 30th of June, so I've still got July, August, and I'll not be back to do September. So in the final 3 months of the year, I have 6 stockings to do if I want to reach my goal. We'll see, you never know. But I adore this. I love it. And considering when I stitched it, I was a bit, I'm not sure I chose the right fabric. I'm not sure I love, but yeah, super cute. So I can't recommend Lynn's service enough. I did think I would have more time to do my own finishing. I think that's only going to happen once I retire, or yeah. Anyway, I don't know, but I'm loving this. I just want to take a quick drink. Okay, I don't know where the cat went to. I think she must have went out. They were my FFOs. I also have some haul because, yeah, what's life without haul for me? Okay, the first thing I should say is that I have been stuck at home for 8 weeks. And when you're stuck at home, there is only so much TV, there is only so much playing around on your phone or the internet or reading or even stitching. There is only so much you can do. So often you find yourself perusing and you go down little rabbit holes and you end up buying things. So no judgment here, please, about what I've purchased. I do me. First thing I want to share with you is this little design here that popped up in my feed. Somebody showed it somewhere and I want to take it out because I don't think the picture is super clear. But here it is here, and I have never seen this before. Okay, so this is called Faithful Friend. Sweet Wing Studio is the designer and it's Faithful Friend. And look at this. Absolutely love it. So I also got the threads and I got this piece of sparklies fabric. Excuse the noise. I got this piece of sparklies fabric which I thought would be very nice to go with it or to stitch it on. It's here. So I thought that might look quite nice. Yeah, I haven't seen this before. I don't know this designer. It was brand new to me. But I certainly thought that was quite a nice little chart. So I got that. Now I'm running out of space. Okay. I also purchased a couple of charts. These just recently came in. I need to organise my thread stash to see if I've got the threads. So this is a Plum Street sampler, Nightshade Bird, which I think I saw someone stitched up and I loved it. And I think I have the fabric also in my haul of what I'm going to stitch on. And I bought this one as well. Again, I'm sorry about the noise. This is not my first Hands Across the Sea. I have quite a few already purchased. This is the first one that I have in this new design. But I saw this stitched up on Instagram. I took a little screenshot and then I went looking for it, and obviously I found it. I've just organised the threads, so I've got the threads and I will probably start this sooner rather than later. I just love it. I've also got GGR's Red Deer sampler, which is kind of saying hello to me, that I would want to start as well. But yeah, I'm thinking this could well be a start for the end of this year or close to the end of this year. It's not so large. It's 87 wide by 257 high. And I'm probably going to use some of the fabric that I got in my haul as well. So yeah, I've bought this as well. They were the three charts that I bought. I bought 3. And then I also had some fabric come in. I've actually had fabric from this company before. Again, sorry for the crinkle. So this is fabric by the Wee Linen Company. You may well remember it was a while ago that I bought fabric from them. It was the beginning of the year. And I believe there was a problem trying to get fabric, so the base fabric from Zweigart, because of COVID, and it's possibly now because of Brexit. So yeah, sorry. So that's my first piece, and here is my second piece. Again, sorry for the crinkle crinkle. And here is my second piece. This is, oh, it's delicious fabric. That's the best way to describe it. This is delicious fabric, and I thought that this one might suit this sampler. And I thought this other one might suit the Nightshade bird. That's what I'm thinking. They maybe just come in at the same time that I thought maybe a good match. So I did post this on Instagram, and a couple of people commented, oh, it's like gold dust, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you my experience of this company. Excuse me, sorry, just a second. Okay, so my experience of this company. They are based up in Wester Ross, which is in the west coast of Scotland. Someone on Instagram contacted me and said, have you heard of this company, the Wee Linen Company? I think you will love it. So at that point, I think we're talking January of this year. So I went on, either emailed them or went to Instagram, found them somehow, and I asked them, and I was lucky enough at that point to order 2 pieces of fabric. Both of my other pieces and these pieces are 32 count. So it's 32 count that I work on mostly, sometimes 36, very rarely go higher than that. I have old lady eyes, they're not getting any better, so that's what it is. Then I had kept a note. I really liked the fabric, liked how it felt, and I kept a note, okay, the way they work is that they open up to sell fabric, so it's not like a bidding war, it's not like a me please, you actually make an order. They tell you when they're open to make an order, you make an order, they invoice you, and then you get your fabric a short time later. So in my head I had decided, okay, in February I'm going to make another order, I want to get this colour, this colour, this colour. Excuse me. Excuse me. Then they made an announcement to say that they couldn't get this Zweigart base. Combination, I think, of COVID, Brexit, you name it. Yeah, we couldn't get any fabric. So I just had to sit and wait like everyone else. And then, I don't know, 4 weeks ago or so, I got an email. You've ordered from us before. Do you want to order from us again? This is what we've got available. Let us know. We'll send you an invoice. Blah, blah, blah. I chose what I wanted. They sent me an invoice. I paid the invoice, and literally, I don't know, less than 2 weeks later, here comes the fabric. They are a small business. They're not big. It's not a kind of big company. It's a very small family-run business. The quality is really good, but you just need to be quick. I think you need to make contact with them, make sure you get on their mailing list so that you know when they have fabric available, so that you can make an order. But yeah, I can't recommend them enough, and I look forward to stitching on these 2 pieces. Now, talking about fabric, I also have quite an extensive different types of fabric. I have Picture This Plus, I have Zweigart, I have a whole range of things, but I've also got some R&R. Now, I bought R&R when I lived in the Netherlands. I bought it from, I believe, a company in Italy called Casa Sanina. I have never managed to get R&R here at all. I've tried, can't get it. I'm actually stitching on R&R on some of my Blackbird Design stockings, not stockings, samplers for Christmas. You know, during May, I started each of the Christmas samplers. There's 4 in total. I started every single one of them. 2 of them are on R&R fabric. So my point of my rambling story is, if you want some R&R fabric, because a lot of people contacted me and asked me about R&R, 123 Stitch has R&R fabric at the moment. This morning I ordered another 2 pieces of R&R fabric from 123 Stitch. Now I'm in the UK. A lot of people are nervous about ordering from the US, Canada, Australia, I mean, quite rightly so, because we will be taxed on it. The limit in the UK is £15, so if your order is above £15, there is a chance that it will be stopped by customs and you'll have to pay the excess customs duty. That for me is a risk I'm willing to take, but I can tell you now, I very rarely order more than £20 or £30. I do not go like all out and put a big order in for like £100, £200, but I don't do that. I always keep it within a manageable amount, and so far I've only once had to pay customs. When I lived in the Netherlands, it was a very similar situation. If you order too much, then you have to pay customs charges, and I did also have to pay customs charges there once for goods coming from Russia. I think it was Owl Forest embroidery, yeah. So if you want R&R at the moment, go to 123 Stitch. They have quite a wide range of not only colours but also sizes. So that would be my advice there. I have one final thing to show, and I'm not going to go through it. I'm just going to show you. I also picked up a copy of this. This is the Just Cross Stitch Halloween. I do believe the Christmas one is also coming out shortly. I like to get it. I like to kind of flick through. There are a few things that I like. I'm not doing a flip through. I know plenty of people have done it, but yeah, there's some great designs there. Some great kitty designs, which I like. I do quite like to pick this up so that I've got to also pick up the Christmas one as well. So yeah, that came. Remember what I say, no judgments. No judgments on what I've bought. So, on one of my, I don't know, afternoons of scrolling through the internet, I came across a company that I've never come across before. And there's this company here called Innocent Bones. Now, this is a new company to me. I do believe they have quite a following. I've never really seen them shown on Flosstube or on Instagram, although I now follow them. But I picked up 3 kits and a t-shirt. So I picked up a bundle of kits. Now these are full kits. I would have preferred only just to get the charts. I do believe now the charts are available, but I need to show you on another phone because there is no cover picture, which is a little bit disappointing. So I picked up the 3 kits, which were from the tarot card range. I don't know if that's really focusing, I hope it is. But you have the star, the sun, and the moon. Okay, so you get everything. There's the 3 of them together. I don't know if you can see that, I hope. And I just really like them. I just thought they would look really cute, all stitched up together and in 3 separate frames, so I bought them. You get them like this, come in this kind of eco-friendly, recyclable packaging. I can't show you it because there is only the chart. You get the chart, you get some Aida, you get a little hoop, and you get the threads. I'll just use the chart and the threads, no doubt. And maybe swap out the Aida. But yeah, I got them, and I also got, which I meant to model today, but yeah, what can I say? My mind's a bit all over the place. And I got a lovely t-shirt. Resting Stitch Face. Now she has quite a few t-shirts. I do quite like this kind of, I don't know, clay coloured. Yeah, so I got one. She does one that says, oh, there's some, if you're a bit sensitive to swear words, then maybe be a bit more careful about what you look at. So yeah, there's some with some swear words, but yeah, I quite like that, Resting Stitch Face. So that came as well. And I'm pleased to say that is all my haul. Okay, I know it's a lot. It's not, well, it is kind of like me. I do like my haul, but it's been a tough old few weeks. Now, I also got some lovely happy mail, so I want to do a big shout out to this wonderful stitcher who has really made me smile. It's been a tough old time for me. And I'll say it again, I am not one to dwell on the negative. I don't believe it does us any good. I like to be positive. I like to focus my positive thoughts. I do believe if you give out positive thoughts, that's what's going to come back to you. If you end up being very focused on the negative, then you will never move forward. So I'm not for that. So every day I always do a little daily kind of quote, saying, little phrase. I do it on Instagram, partly for me and partly to share the joy with everyone else. And a lot of people respond to these, and it's really encouraging for me because it kind of makes me think there's a lot of us out there and sometimes we just need a little pick-me-up. But a lot of times people interact and they make me feel better as well. So Mary, you're a woman and a half. You've done really great reaching out to me to make me smile. And she sent me a lovely birthday card. And then just when things were like going as they were going terribly, I got a little cheer me up, which was really good as well. So just to read it out to you, they say laughter is the best medicine. Apparently they never tried wine, and yes, I agree with that. If it's not wine, it should be pink gin. And Mary also very kindly included some Weeks Dye Works threads for me, and I have thanked Mary already, but what she doesn't know, I did mention it, is that I was going to use two of the colours because I want to start Hello from Liz Matthews Quaker Pumpkins, and these are two of the colours. So Mary didn't realise that when she was sending these, but these will now be used in my new start for Quaker Pumpkins. Wow, so big thanks to Mary. Thanks to everyone who answers those little memes that I send out every morning. It's for me, but I also want to share the joy with everyone else. Okay, let me think, what else have I got to say? Oh, giveaway winners. You may remember 2 or 3 videos ago, I was giving away the blue flower, Tudor Bee. The SAL is not over. I have still got a lot to stitch. So if you haven't started this and you want to start it, please start it along with myself. My co-host of the SAL, Kim. Hi Kim, I hope you're well. She has now finished hers and it looks wonderful, but I am still stitching mine. So I was giving away this chart with the DMC threads for anyone. I chose a winner. The person never contacted me again. I have waited another 3 weeks. They haven't contacted me again. So we have a new winner. I drew it just before I sat down to film. And the winner of the Tudor Bee is Ruth Cowley. Now Ruth, I will make a comment on your comment from about, I don't know, 3 videos ago. I will also maybe see if I can contact you, but please get in touch with me either by direct message on Instagram, or make a comment here, or email me. But please, I want to give this away. I want other people to enjoy this wonderful chart by Janine. Yeah, it's beautiful, so please get in touch. I also did a giveaway on my last video 3 weeks ago, and it was for this chart here, which was Morning Star by Blackbird Design, and I was also including the threads for it. I have also drawn a winner for that, and the winner of Morning Star, there was 187 comments for that one, was Ricky Unterberger. And if I've mispronounced your name, I apologise, but Ricky Unterberger, can you please get in touch with me and I will happily send you this Morning Star chart and threads. Okay, so I'm almost finished. I just have one final thing to talk about today, and that's I have another giveaway. The giveaway this time is for this little kit. This is a Bothy Threads kit called Jack-o'-lantern. It's a Halloween one, super cute, hedgehogs, pumpkins. It's a full kit, unopened. If you would like to be entered to win this kit, please be over 18. Please do not say giveaway. I would like it that you are a subscriber, and if you use the word Halloween, that's all I'm going to look for, is Halloween. It doesn't have to be in a sentence. You can just leave a comment and leave the word Halloween. That's perfectly fine. And then I'll do a draw in my next video and I'll give this away, and hopefully it'll give someone plenty of time to stitch this up before Halloween. So yeah, that's the giveaway this week. And I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. I hope you're all well. The sun is now setting outside. I hope you're all well. Please don't think COVID's gone. It's certainly not gone. I have a cough that proves it's still alive and well. Yeah, take care, and hopefully it'll just be a few weeks, just another 2 weeks before I make another video. And I won't be out of my walking boot. I will still be using my crutches, but time is moving on and my leg is certainly healing, which is wonderful. And yeah, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.